It all got started when I was looking for a solution to help my son. We tried everything, like every different environment that I put him into: private school, homeschool, boarding school, homeschool, military academy. Yes, he got kicked out of homeschool twice. I would get a phone call, he's not following the program. You need to come and get him. And literally, I had to come and get him from all of those different environments. And I was trying to avoid him becoming the troubled teen. And I heard about those therapeutic programs where kids get sent away as a troubled teen. And I just thought if I could find the right environment for him, then he wouldn't end up there. But there he ended up. And there he still was, And I got a call from the founder of that program. Same thing. He's not following the program. What are we going to do? And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You have created this program to help kids like him. So what are we going to do? And whatever you believe in, God, fate, universe, something, introduced me to the founder of a neurofeedback company down in Hilton Head, South Carolina. He was just getting into the field, trying to make it easier for chiropractors to incorporate it into their businesses. And, he gave me some information on it. I had a conversation with him, and I was like, that makes sense. There's got to be something going on in his brain, So I went through the training, 3-day training. He trusted me with the system, and I drove from South Carolina to nowhere, Utah, and set it up in that school for troubled teens that my son found himself in. That was the beginning of my journey with neurofeedback. I started running sessions on my son. I shared with the parents at parent conference what I was doing and the science behind it. And they were like, bring it on. We're spending more money than we have. We don't like the medications that our kids are on. Like, let's do it. So I started running sessions from 9 a.m. till 9 at night, like every day of the week and a half a day on Sunday. And it was on the students, on my son, and also on some of the staff. And what I started to see was they had a similar brainwave pattern that was dysregulated. And then I also started to see that every one of them started to improve in some positive way after receiving these sessions for a couple weeks. So some of them started to sleep better. A couple of the teachers and kids were able to reduce medications, started focusing better. I watched my son, his dark circles under his eyes started to lighten up, which I never knew he had a sleep issue. I wouldn't have guessed that. He started to actually think about participating in elements of the program. And eventually 40 sessions just saved his life. It gave him this pause before reacting that he never had since birth. Once I saw that this simple technology that's non-invasive could actually improve so many lives, I was like, why the heck haven't we heard of this? Why is this not available? So I became the trainer for that company to teach doctors and providers how to do it. And then I opened a bunch of offices all over the country, like over 6 offices. And then by the end of, I think it was 2017, 2018, I realized that I needed to kind of switch my strategy, and I wanted to go back and help those therapeutic programs. So, for instance, I'm here in San Diego for the Young Adult Transition Association conference to support these programs, because I know the families that end up placing their kids somewhere they're traumatized. They need this. Hi, I'm Dianne Kosto, founder and CEO of SYMMETRY Neuro-Pathway Training. My team and I are ready to have a free initial consultation with you if you found this video interesting.